Hey family, it's your girl Tina. Hope all is well with you. I'm here to kick off a new collaboration. Yes, this is the Gingerbread Christmas collaboration hosted by Jamie, who's Poetspice, here on the YT. And we'll be bringing you creations every Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Can somebody tell him thank you? You all, remember when I received a ton of these gingerbread dies? I got blessed with them, and I had a lot of requests of people asking me to show them how they look put together. And so I had never seen any of these before, and so it was a mystery to me. I love puzzles. I love putting things together. I love watching the end result. So I felt that this collab would be perfect. A gingerbread collab. Oh my goodness, I was excited. So what I'm going to be doing is every week I will be featuring one of the gingerbread dies that was gifted to me. So stay tuned and join me every Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's dive in, you all. Let me show you the first creation, the first die set that I will be using. I love this. This is like a cupcake with the gingerbread face, and then you got the icing at the top as a hat. I love it. I love it. All of my gingerbread projects will be harvest and fall themed. We are approaching fall, you all, and so I'm going to be doing fall themed gingerbreads. This is gorgeous. And y'all see that purple. Y'all know Tina got to do all things in purple. Yes, honey. All right. So I'm going to put one together. We're going to do it here together so I can show you all the process of putting this together. Now, out of all of these dies, you all, this was the one with the least pieces. Okay, some of them have lots and lots of pieces. Oh my goodness, all kind of itty bitty pieces. And one thing I have discovered with these dies, they do not have a base die. What am I talking about? They do not have a die that basically cuts around this entire thing as a whole, where I could take the pieces and then piece them in the slots together. You don't get that. And so sometimes with some of the dies, it was difficult to put them together because you didn't have a base. So what I did with this one, with the least pieces, I went on and I stuck the head in and I put the hat on, and then I had to turn it over and I had to make a piece right here that I could just keep these two together because it kept falling apart. So the back of the projects are not all that beautiful, okay? But I will show you in some of the other videos what I did for that, okay? All right, so let's start out with this die. I got all the pieces cut here. I'm going to use this piece of wax paper. Remember, you all, wax paper can be your best friend when you die cutting and putting die cuts together, all right, because it's a non-porous surface, and so even if glue get on it, it comes right on up. It doesn't make a big, mess. It don't tear your paper. And what I like about using this with the dies, when you have these smaller pieces like this, the delicate pieces, when you go to die cut, lay your paper down that you're cutting, and then lay a piece of wax paper on top of the cardstock, and then I put my die on top of it and run it through my machine. And what happens is when I pull the sandwich apart and lift up the die, usually the cut part just falls out because of the wax paper makes it release very easy. So I wanted to share that with you all, and to know, just go get you some wax paper. I haven't tried parchment paper, but with wax paper it works. All right, so let's put this little baby together. Okay, now I'm gonna say this, I didn't do no inking basically on these. I just wanted to put them together. I just wanted to see like basically what they look like. Now in the future, you'll probably see this die, and you'll probably see it put together, but you will see more details. It's other things that I want to do to it, as like inking and things like that, of that nature. But this was just a run, just to see what it looks like put together. All right, so we have 4 pieces here. Okay, we have the cupcake bottom, we have the gingerbread face, and then we have the icing, which like serves as a hat, and we have this little buckle bow that goes on top of the cupcake little bottom. All right, the first thing I do want to do, and I have to do this before I put it together, I have to make the icing on the gingerbread. Now let me say this to you all. In all of these, that's how I was able to identify that these were gingerbread dies. Okay, because I saw the little icing scribbles. Okay, look on the face, the icing scribbles, on the legs, feet, the icing scribbles. So that's how I knew that these were gingerbread related. Now, they give you the dies to cut the icing out and then lay them where they should be. I chose, you all, not to use the die icing. I'm going to use my white jelly roll. All right, and so you just take it and you put the white jelly roll right in the indentation where the die should go. Okay, and I love this much better than trying to put a little bitty thin piece of die cut in this place. I didn't like the fact that it's so thin that you could see the glue, right? And of course, you know, because I'm doing this online, now my pen don't want to write thick. It's not going in the line perfectly, but that's what happens when we filming. All right, but that's sufficient. That's okay with me. I'm not worried about that. I just want to show you how to put the die together. So that's what I chose to do with all of the die cuts, okay? A white jelly roll pen. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the gingerbread head inside of the cupcake holder, right? Because this is a gingerbread cupcake. And as you can see, once again, there is no base. You see how it can slide and it can slip. So we're going to glue it down. I am using some of this Tombow multi glue. Now what I chose to do is I'm going to put my glue over here on the cupcake, right? Let's open it up and get some glue out of here first. All right. Now, I have my beacons on the side, and I probably will be using that as well for some of the bigger pieces. Okay, so we're just going to put a little glue here, right? You don't have to have a lot. Now, we're going to take this because there's an opening, and we're going to simply put it in the middle. Okay? Does that make sense? You're going to center it. And remember, the glue is right there. So now I'm going to turn it over to the back. And you see how I have that opening there? Okay? So there's no base. What I'm going to do is just let that sit for a few seconds and let it take hold to the 2 pieces of paper with the adhesive. Okay? And then I'm going to come back in with a small piece of scrap paper. It doesn't matter what kind. All right. I'm going to use a small piece of scrap paper that I'm just simply cutting, right? And then I'm going to take the glue. All right. Oops. Drop that. And I'm just going to put this right here because I want to keep this in one piece. All right. So there's no base. That's what I did. Okay. This is the back. Nobody's going to see the back when you get ready to adhere it onto a project anyway. All right. The next thing I want to do is I want to take this little belly band. And I'm going to use my beacons for that. I like using the Tombow glue for the little smaller pieces, you all. All right, and then I use my beacons, for the parts that's, got a little space. If that makes sense, that's my rhyme, my reason. All right, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to adhere it. And I love beacons because beacons gives you a little room, a little time to get your stuff settled in place where you want it to be. I love the way that came out. All right, so here's our last piece, you all. This is the icing, the frosting, or you can call it the hat. This goes on top like this, right? So all I'm going to do is put my glue, my adhesive, like on the tips, because it doesn't cover the whole part, just covers the tip. So I take that and I make it even, and once I like where it is, I press it down and I give it a few minutes, you all, to set, right? Let that glue catch to the paper, and then we're going to turn it over, and once again, this is what you get, right? So this is the first set of gingerbreads. I love, love, love. And I love this fall theme. Purples, greens, and orange. I use different shades of brown. And then I used the purple heads. I love the way it came out, you all. So this is my first creation. You can make these to be tags, or you can adhere them just like this on a project. I simply love it. Tell me what you think. I am so excited about this collab because I love playing with the gingerbreads. All right. Till next time, you all stay blessed. Wash those hands and keep creating. Remember, go over, check out all of the ladies that's in this collaboration and see their beautiful creations. Leave them a comment. All right. As always, you all stay blessed, and I'll see you on the next video.